Right, so we're gonna do 4.4. The mean value theorem. Okay, so since the title said that we're gonna do soon, but we're gonna do other theorem first. In statistics, if you take the statistic, mean means average, right? So we did it before, the average rate of change. It's the same as. Okay, all right. So then we're gonna start with Rolle's theorem. It's book said. So Rolle's theorem. Then after this, we're gonna learn about mean value theorem. Okay. All right. Theorem 4.4. Let f be a continuous function in closed interval and differentiable over the open interval such that f of a equal to f of b, period. Then there exists at least C in between A and B such that f of prime of c equal to 0. Okay, so look, this means f of a equal to f of c. This means they have the same y value, right? Okay, which is y value, right? F of a, f of b, right? This means we just did yesterday, right? So this means slope, zero slope. Slope is 0. So this is a horizontal slope, right? Okay, so look, let me just draw from your book. And then there's the 3 types of this graph. One is like that. This is A, this is B. Okay, close interval. And then there is f of A. Then f of A is same as f of B, right? Here's a B. Look, there must be, since it's continuous and differentiable, then, and we check that in the graph, f of a equal to f of b, then there must be in C between A and B. Then look here, f of prime of C, which is 0 there. Okay, and then other type, let me just make it quicker, A, B, and this kind of type. And then close. So this is f of a, then same as f of b. And then there must be c in between there. Then look, f of prime of c equal to 0. And another type, the graph, do I make equal to each other? I have to make equal. So A, like this, B, the same line, right? So this is A. This is a B. And then here, f of A, same as f of B. And look, this one. There exists C in here. So f prime of C equal to 0. Also, we can say that another C in there, right? So let us call C1, C2. So this is f prime of C2 equal to 0. All right, let me erase this one. Okay, so let us use this theorem. Then using this one. Verify that the function satisfies the criteria stated in Rolle's theorem and find all values C in the given interval where f prime of C equal to 0. Okay. All right. So I want to do one problem. So we know that okay, f is continuous because of polynomial and parabola, right? Continuous in the closed interval. And then since polynomial differentiable, right? I try to rush, so the A cannot spell right. Differentiable. And -2 and 0. Now, we need to satisfy, we need to make them satisfied. The end point, -2 and 0, they equal each other, okay? So let us do this. So I need your help. So f of -2, which is -2 squared plus 2 times -2, what do you get? I know this is 0. What do you get this one?
0.
0, right? You said it's 0, right? So we can say that f of -2 equal to f of 0, right? They equal each other. Then we can say that there exists C in between -2 and 0, right? Such that f prime of C equal to 0. So look, we're gonna find f prime of x in this case. So can you please do that?
2x plus 2.
2x plus 2, excellent. Now, set, let us using 2x, 2x, I change C, plus 2 equal to 0. Now, solve for C, what do you get?
-1.
-1. So C is -1. So look here. Let me just draw. This is -2 to 0 endpoint. Now, there exists C in between -2 and 1, which is -1 here. then f prime of c equal to 0. Can you see that? Let me erase this one. Okay. All right. I want to do mean value theorem. Okay, so as I said earlier, mean means average, right? So mean value theorem means the average rate of change. So average rate of change, what is meaning? Average rate of change.
Slow.
Slope, right? So slope of secant line. Okay, very good. So then let me draw this one. If we have, okay, we have 2 points. We connect them. Then this is a secant line, right? So we called this is A, B, and this order pair is A and f of A, and this order pair is B, f of B. Okay, then we know that the slope formula from the algebra y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x4, right? But then in pre-calculus, we said that slope of secant line, we denote this one. And then we are using function notation, which is f of b minus f of a over b minus a, right? But then we learn from the beginning, when we talk about the slope of secant line, then slope of tangent line, right? Then we draw the tangent line parallel with the secant line in this case. Okay. Slope tangent line. Then slope secant. Let me write that. So we know that they are same, right? So we denote this way, okay? But then we know this is how to mention the symbol. So f prime over c. Let's make that. Okay, there is the c. How about c here? All right, is okay. Then even algebra, we have 2 lines are parallel, then they have the same slope, right? We know that. Down the theorem 4.5 mean value theorem. I mentioned 3 times already. Let f be continuous over closed interval. So let me just make sure. Maybe, and differentiable in open interval is the same as Rolle's theorem condition, right? Then it's different here. There exists at least 1 point, at least 1 means there is it can be more. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, right? It depends on the graph. Point C in between A, B, such that the slope, because mean value theorem means is the rate of change, right? So rate of change means it's slope of secant line. Slope of secant line will run is a slope of tangent line, right? Okay. All right. Let us do one problem. I'm gonna erase this one. Okay. So let me just write down. We know that the formula, right? I don't have to write down because we know already. So we have f of x equal to square root of x in the closed interval, which is 0 and 9. Oops, I said close and then open it. Close, show that f satisfies the hypothesis of the mean value theorem. So we often denote this on MVT. And there exists at least one value, C in 0 and 9, such that f prime of C is equal to, not a word, to the slope. Basically, they talk about the mean value theorem in English word, right? Line connecting 0, f of 0, and 9, f of 9. I should omit everything and then just write down the last sentence. Find these values. C, guaranteed by the MVT means the mean value there, okay? So we know that f is continuous. Square root to x is like that, right? Between 0 and 9, of course. And then we know that this is differentiable between 0 and 9. Okay. Now we're gonna find the slope f of b. Can you please do that? F of b minus f of a over b minus a, which is in this case f of 9. They already give us here, right? In the question, f of 0 over 9 minus 0. So f of 9, which is square root of 9 minus square root of 0, which is 0, right? Over 9 minus 0. So can you please calculate?
It's 1/3.
It's 1/3. Thank you. Now, f prime of x, what do you get this one?
1/2 square root of x.
So we need a negative? No?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean you already, yeah, never mind. It's 2 square root of x, correct, right? Then look, by mean value theorem said that f prime of c equal to the slope of secant line, right? So then we can say that, let me change x into c 1/3. Okay, now we're gonna solve for c. Since we have a proportion, we can multiply this way. So we have 3 and 2 square root of c, right? What's the c? The square root of c equal to 3/2, right? Then c equal to square them. What do you get?
C equals 9/4.
9/4. Thank you. Different color, 9/4. Okay, let me draw. We know that the square root of x looks like this, right? And from 0 to 9, let's say the 9, okay? Then we make here. We have a 2 point, make a second line. All right. Then that is the same as the slope of a tangent line, which is 9/4 at that point. Let's say that here, 9/4. Let's say that over here. If x equal to 9/4, then the y value is 3/2. Then let me draw the slope of second line. I mean the tangent line. So like a parallel. Is it parallel? Looks parallel. So just to say, Okay, so two lines are same slope. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let me erase this one.